Focus, episode 55, Self-Induced Anxiety. People think authors excel at writing. No, they excel at self-induced anxiety far more than any ability to write stories. Why? Because authors use their imagination to tell stories. They live inside their heads, and that is where the dark fantasies take root of how horrible everything is going to be with every word you write. Stop it. So now that you know where your anxiety comes from, it comes from that fear of failure. You're going to throw your words out there and people are going to demean your words. They're going to hate your stories. They're going to take it out on you. You're going to wear this shackle on your head and on your shoulders, and life is going to be horrible because everybody hates everything you're doing. That's not the case. Even some bad stories that let's say they weren't top notch, people's first efforts. There will be readers who like the story and they help them. It's like, okay, this is something I can get around, and they will go on the journey with the author as they improve. Think about it as you're a professional author, you're trying to make money off your words. Think about it as a doctor. Okay, doctors go to school for a long, long time. Then they get their internship, then they get their residency, and then they still have to have malpractice insurance because they make mistakes. Doctors, they study how long? How long have you professionally studied to become an author? I don't think it's comparable. I don't think you've put in as much time studying the craft. And if you have, good on you, then you shouldn't have self-induced anxiety because you're a professional. You get it. If you haven't, then you're learning as you're going. You're there ripping apart the cadaver, guessing and saying, okay, let's try to figure this out. So don't compare yourself now to somebody else who's been writing for 30 years. When I first started writing, I wanted to write like Anne McCaffrey. I read her books, I studied them, and then I started writing, and I'm like, crap, I don't write like that. Well, don't compare your first book to her entire career of making great stories. There is no comparison. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call your self-induced anxiety Giorgio. So this is where you can kick Giorgio to the curb. You can say, hey, Giorgio, you're here. Now go away. You're bothering me. You're bugging me, man. Stop bugging me. You got stuff to do. You got stories to tell, and you got people to entertain, people to educate. You can't do that if you're wearing this yoke of pain and anguish on your shoulders. So tell Giorgio, go take a break, go hit the beach, hang out, lift some weights, do whatever you do, but get out of my life because I've got stuff to do, and people are waiting on my stories. And even if it's shown to your family, my dad was my biggest fan when I published my first book. I edited it myself. It was fraught with errors and half sentences because I got tired of editing it after like 20 times reading the same story. But he's still my biggest fan. It's like, this is a great story. I love the story. Technical issues aside, he liked it. So this is what you need to focus on. That one person who's going to like your book. 9 people don't. One person does. Hey, one person likes my book. Great. How can I do a little bit better next time? So stop the what ifs, stop the buts, stop the dark fantasy. And yes, that's easy to say, but everybody has it. Everybody has that trepidation of rejection, that trepidation of failure. And all I can say is stop it. Do you need me to swear at you? Because if that's what it takes, so be it. But understand there's somebody out there who's waiting for your story. Your self-induced anxiety is not helping you in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, tell Giorgio to go in the corner and be quiet because you got stuff to do. I can't say it any other way. Just understand where it comes from. It comes from that fear of failure. It comes from, oh my God, I'm putting myself out upon the world. I'm an introvert and people will see my name. So you want to realize value from your words. And even if you don't, then use a pen name, disappear, anonymity, the web, the internet, ebooks are way cool. You can use nobody will ever know who you are if you want to take that route. And then Giorgio can't find you. He doesn't have your address. So push Giorgio aside and get back to work. You have stories to tell. Today's episode, 5-minute focus. You guys have a great day.